or I don't want to go live.
I'm trying.
And right into the stretch.
I'm doing it.
Looking back and throws up the middle. Rose is on his way around. Picked up by Otis.
Here comes the ready or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now? I say, here comes the boom, ready or not. Here comes
It says we're live. I don't know if we are or not.
Here comes the boom, ready or not. How you like me now?
You don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati.
Are we watching live? Uh-oh, now you're really lagging. And there's no voice for you. There's no volume.
I don't
Okay.
know. My screen's
Well,
black.
Well, I
I
hear
got nothing
you.
going on. My
Your lips, you look like a foreign movie. You're like one of those old Japanese movies. Your lips aren't really
Nothing's
moving,
working.
and I hear stuff. To call you Jackie Chan Miles or something. Oh, okay. Well, I look really condensed now and squeezed. I've lost a lot of weight, apparently. I don't know where you went. I guess I'm on my own. Anybody that's a Bengal fan has to be really, really disappointed right now. That front office, it appears, is really letting us down. I don't know what they have planned, but I don't trust them. I don't know anybody in town that really trusts this front office. You know, they supposedly have all this money. I don't know why you don't pay players what they're worth. If the going market for Hendrickson is X and you want a player that's a good player, you pay X. It's pretty simple. You know, they've cut all these players, they have all this additional room, and they're not exercising, in my mind, they're right in their duty as a NFL franchise to put together the best team they possibly can. Oh, now I see you. Still not working, though. Your lips are moving.
We're back.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I just gave a little editorial. It was in the middle one. But I'm not ranting. I'm kind of just disgusted with all of it. Kind of tired of it.
Yeah. I heard the tail end where, you know, if you want a good player and player costs X, then that's what you pay.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. That's what you do.
Mhm.
If you want a nice house, you step up and buy it. If you want a piece of shit house, then you live in a piece of shit house.
They want to spend what it costs to win on their own terms. And I don't.
Well, that's why they've never won. And frankly, that's probably why they never will win. And if I were Joe Burrow, I would try to get out of this. I really would. They have totally screwed this up already. The optics going into free agency, it looked terrible. And they look like who everybody says they are.
Yeah, they. You know, I don't know what more Joe can do. You know, he took a contract that allows him to restructure. He was incredibly vocal on we need XYZ, and they're just not doing it.
You know what his biggest mistake was? He trusted Mike Brown. You can't trust Mike Brown. And everybody says he's smart. Maybe he is smart, but he doesn't know a damn thing about running a football team. Not to get one to win. He might be able to make one as profitable as it can be. But if his only reason to do this is to make money, that's his prerogative. But, man, they shouldn't have a scoreboard at the stadium. I mean, this is stupid.
Now, everybody tells me how much he wants to win and how much he cares. And
if somebody's got to
obviously
tell you
he
that
doesn't.
and you can't see it, that means it's not true.
I mean, obviously he doesn't. He's not willing to do what it takes to be status quo. They operate unlike the other 31 teams. They are, you know, they just don't do what it takes to step up to show that they care. They do things the way that they want. They are archaic in their contract structure. They don't offer guaranteed money. I I don't understand. They just don't
It's
want to do
just-
it.
It's just unfortunate. This city is saddled with ownership of their sports franchises that either don't have deep in their pockets or don't give a damn about winning.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. I've been saying this my whole life. I'm so tired of it. Joe needs to go. Joe Burrow needs to leave town. I like Joe Burrow. I want to see him win a championship. I want him to get what he deserves.
It's not going to happen here. He got him as far as he possibly can. I mean, you're back-to-back years of not making it to the playoffs again.
Yeah.
I mean, we're back to the same old Bengals again. You got all kinds of talent. It's all about to leave. They're going to have to spend 2 years rebuilding. You know, even if they sign T and Jamar, then it's going to take them 2 years to get the defense right. And then it's going to take him a year to get the offense right. And now I'm in year 8 and 9 of Joe if he's still able to move. Because
You know who we are? We're the Arizona Cardinals. Let's just face it. That's who we are.
Yeah.
And I do have something for all these podcasters that go on and think they know everything about everything and they've got all this insight. You're all a bunch of just phonies. It's bullshit. You guys don't know any more than I know, which is nothing. All I have is years of experience of watching this shit. And I'm a season ticket holder. I really don't want to be a season ticket holder again. My wife will rip my face off if I cancel the season tickets. But I don't want to do it. I mean, I'm going to go there and I'm going to leave games like I did this year, going through that walk of shame when we leave, and watching all the other the home or the road fans just celebrate, have a good time, because I know their owners at least try. He's the worst owner in sports, and I would say Castellini is right on the heels of him.
I saw
Very
something.
disappointing.
I saw something I said kind of tongue in cheek yesterday, but it's still true. The A's gave out a $60 million contract yesterday. The Oakland A's spent more money than the Bengals this offseason. They don't spend a dime.
I mean, we haven't even hit free agency, and I'm done. We're not going to do anything. They're going to probably trade Hendrickson. I mean, who are they going to get to replace him? I mean, there's only 2 or 3 players that are better than him, if that. And they're just going to say he was getting old. They're going to pull the Whitworth approach on this. And I will say back in the day, I agreed with the Whitworth thing. So I'm not a hypocrite. I agreed with it. But I've seen it come back to bite us now. I'm sure right now they're leveraging everything about what they did with Geno Atkins and how Geno Atkins didn't do much after he got his contract. But if they're going to lean that direction and that's going to be their motive, I mean, good for them. They're in the game because they're making a lot of money. But they're making a lot of money and they're not earning it. They're just a recipient of all the money of the NFL. And they just look ridiculous. All the stuff that you're hearing from the national media you've heard for years, and I'd say Carson Palmer's probably right. We all banged on Carson Palmer. But I just don't see Burrow sticking around.
Not that Palmer was right or wrong. He was definitely right. I just didn't like the approach.
I didn't like the approach either, but at the end of the day, he's a disgruntled employee. Some employees react different ways.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I wonder how you can be disgruntled making that kind of money. Well, if you want to win, you can still be disgruntled making that kind of money.
well, it depends what the goal is. If it's money, then you won't be disgruntled. If it's winning, then you'll be disgruntled. Depends what you want. If you want to come play football, make a good, decent salary playing football, probably never do anything, Cincinnati's the place to be. The fans will love the players. They'll hate the owners. You'll get paid. You probably won't get cut.
You want a podcast? Cassidy's got a mask on. That's really, yeah.
And, but we'll see. But they definitely don't help themselves. They don't really try. And I'm just going to take the approach that they don't give a shit until they prove otherwise.
It will not change when Mike Brown passes. Katie Blackman is just another piece of shit. And Elizabeth is just a cheerleader. That's all we got here. They're just owners that are acting as if they care. They put on a good show. That's all we've gotten. We got Joe Burrow. We got Lucky, Jamar. I mean, that's great.
Well, you got those guys because you were so dysfunctional. That's how the NFL rewards parity.
Right.
If they were a functional franchise, they never would have landed those two guys. Everybody has it down here periodically, but I mean, how many times are we going to pick? To pick number one for a Heisman quarterback twice in less than 20 years is a problem.
I saw something today on Twitter. I haven't verified it, but I saw it, and they were saying since Burrow and Hurts got their extensions in 23,
the Eagles have signed 8. The Bengals haven't signed anybody.
Bengals have signed 1. I think it was spent like $40 million. I'm sure that's not per year, but they spent $40 million on some level of a contract.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They got their guy. They did what they thought, and that's the thing. And Jake, I think it was John Sheeran said this. That was the easiest decision in the history of the franchise to give Joe Burrow whatever he wanted. And it took him till the 12th hour right before the season started to figure out how to get it done.
My question is, why did they do it? If I was Mike Brown, I'd have just got rid of him and drafted another quarterback and just wouldn't have to be paying all this money out.
I don't know.
I don't get it.
There's part of me that thinks he kind of wants to win, but he's definitely going to do it on his accord. I have a hard time believing someone owns an NFL team with NFL bloodlines and doesn't want to win. But the want has, varying degrees. And I don't think his degree of want is very high.
Actions speak louder than the words. They always do and always will. So I don't care how much he says he wants to win, which he hardly ever says it. I think everybody always talks for him and says, you just don't know him. Yeah, whatever. I know what I see. And if he wants to win, he's in the absolute wrong position to have ever been making decisions all the way since his dad passed away.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty bad at it.
The nepotism of his ownership is coming through, and you're seeing just how bad of a decision maker he is.
Well, and here's the thing. Katie's been doing the contract since like 2009. And
she's not doing the contract. She's sitting at the table as a puppet of Mike Brown. That's all she is. She has no say so. And then when he's gone, then she's going to be like a scared woman that's doesn't know what to do. I've had this guy behind me for 30 years. Doesn't matter if she's a man or a woman. The same thing. She's going to be scared because she's not a decision maker. They all have their law degrees. What's that got to do with football? It has absolutely nothing to do with evaluating talent. We got a freaking guy named Duke Tobin who they're afraid to call a GM, has been with the team for 25 years. What are we doing? It's the worst run company that makes more money than any other company I've ever seen.
Yeah. They're just embarrassing. They don't do what it takes, and I don't know if they care to do what it takes. Because at the end of the day, like you said, it's a shared revenue system in the NFL. They're going to get their check for existing.
He's the poster child for socialism, is what he is.
Mm-hmm. He knows at the end of the day, regardless of what he does, he's going to get a check at the end of the year for $500 million. Whether they win one game or the whole thing, he gets $500 million.
It's like he's been on welfare for 30 years. The highest paying welfare system ever.
Should we need to root for them to leave the town? Is that
no? There's no sense in or anything like that. There's no sense in rooting. They're never leaving. Why would they? They get to keep their business right here that everybody keeps going to. That they're going to still sell the stadium out every year, and they can sit back and do nothing and make money. There's no pressure on them.
Mm-mm. Must be nice.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I don't know if Duke did it on his own or Katie and them told him to do it, but they're making him like an absolute jackass right now.
It doesn't matter. He's nothing. He's a nobody. He's a figurehead. He probably knows less about football than you do. Probably does.
It's
We're gonna be
just
sitting
incredible.
there. We're gonna run everybody out of here. Want to read some comments?
Sure.
I'm sure these are great comments. Well, front office. Yeah, whatever.
I'm back to Fuller. I'm
I'm
not
still
gonna,
saying. I think I'm going to refrain from saying that phrase anymore.
yeah, it's filler again.
Yeah, it's who cares? Free agency is going to come, and you're going to see all these players getting signed by everybody else. And about the 5th or 6th day, there'll be rumors of some third string nobody that's going to be coming to Cincinnati, but it'll never be anything big.
Mm-mm. My faith in them signing T is about at 0 at this point.
And signing who?
T is about 0.
They're not signing T.
He's going to be on the tag.
They're just screwing with T. That's all they're doing.
They're just going to put his ass on the tag, and he'll walk next year for nothing like everybody else that gets the tag for the Bengals.
They will be laughing inside if he gets hurt because they didn't have to throw all the money at him. They just inched it one year at a time. They're just a terrible company. They really are. I mean, all the money that they have, if they even sign Jamar, I mean, I don't think that's a guarantee anymore. I used to think it was. That'll just be the final straw for Burrow to leave if Jamar doesn't get paid.
Yeah, if he doesn't have a and we'll know that by August. So you'll know if Joe Burrow is going to be a Bengal any further by August or not if Jamar doesn't get signed. Because then all they're going to do is they'll tag Jamar, and then Jamar's going to lose his shit. Same old song and dance.
Yeah, there was so much optimism for the last couple months coming out of the season, and all the conversation, and Burrow promoting it, and I was wrong. They're not going to listen to Joe Burrow. He doesn't mean anything to them.
Nope. He's just another quarterback to them.
I just don't know why they even waste their time. They should just move on. Just turn the reins over to Browning until he wants to leave, and draft some young kid in the 3rd round that won't be any good. Just put him out there, and I mean, eventually people will slow down going. They might go down to 40 or 45,000 fans, but that's the smallest part of his income. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, he's not making much from the revenue, and there's no pressure really for him to sell tickets anymore because they took all the blackouts away, and he's sitting pretty. He doesn't care. He's got another couple years of collecting checks, and then he'll die. And then we'll get to do the same thing for the next 30 years with Katie.
And where's your Emily Parker now?
I don't know.
So upset because you weren't happy with them, and they reach out. It's all just public relations. The Bengals are good at public relations. They got their cool little Twitter going on, and we have our whiteouts and our stripe the stadium, and it's all about winning.
I always say you judge an organization on its postseason success. And over the course of everything, it's nothing. So they're worthless. They were gifted the best player in the history of their franchise. One of the best players I've ever watched in my life. And all they're doing is toying with him. A cat playing with a ball on a string.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're probably feeding him stuff that, oh, this is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to happen. Here's the master plan. They're probably telling Burrow all this stuff. Yeah, there is no master plan. This team can't do anything right. They can't find.
They can't re-sign their own players. How are they going to orchestrate an offseason?
No. And every player they get, they're going to tout. And you're going to hear Dave Lapham go, oh, this guy's got a motor. This guy can jump out of a gym. Whatever. If they're not going to win a Super Bowl with the guy, I don't care. I don't care anything about the guy.
Yep. I am results driven. If they do something good, I'll give them a thumbs up. If they do something bad, I'll give them a thumbs down. And there's a lot more thumbs downs than thumbs ups.
Well, they definitely have to prove it to me now, because I am completely a seller on this team right now.
Yeah, the only people in this team that I have faith in are Jamar and Joe, and that's it. And they're not going to carry the organization.
No.
They'll carry the offense for a few drives. That's about it.
Really disappointing.
Yeah, we're back in the dark ages, folks. we had our moment in the sun. We had a chance to get lucky. But all those people that said the Super Bowl run was a fluke are looking real good right about now.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody needs to, unfortunately, tell Joe Burrow his window is not always open. He could open it. He's just got to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Joe
Burrow decided to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Holy Moses.
Yep.
That would be – he'd put a few more rings in that city.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right. Well, this is just depressing, and I'm sure he pissed off everybody.
I don't care. I really don't care about him. I don't. I mean, everybody, there's just so many mouthpieces out there. I just call it as I see it. If we suck, we suck. And right now we really, really, really suck. And they have blown every opportunity to put on the positive optics that they could have done going into free agency. And it's so important to make players feel like this is the place to be. And they have done just the opposite going into free agency.
Yep. They have alienated T.
Mike Brown's a smart guy, though. He's a really smart guy.
They've alienated their big four and any other potential free agent that may want to come here is watching the situation right now going, fuck that.
I'd love to ask Burrow, why in the world are you sticking around? Why are you wasting your time?
I don't know.
All right, well, it's been a great show.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to jump off here and just hope that maybe one day I wake up and I see a contract extension and go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Then you'll wake up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was truly a phone call, is what this was.
Yeah, this is what this is supposed to be. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry we're not
I'm not.
We're not rah-rahing this team and being cheerleaders and.
Yeah, I'm not going to blow rainbows up your ass when things aren't good. This is the reality. So, goodbye, everyone.
See ya.